Hello and welcome to RPA Fridays number 3. So, thank you for coming, thank you that you're here, and let's start. Let's start with short intro. What will I show you today? So today it will be a quick demonstration of fetching mail based on its subject. We will be working with Microsoft Outlook and working with emails, which is pretty common scenario. I will show you how to extract some structured data from emails, some really basic extraction using regular expressions. And we also will implement a small automatic reply in case some data will be missing. So there will be an email back. Then as a last thing, we will move the email to another folder. I will show you how to do it. I'll demonstrate it. And I will show you how to create a simple trigger to check the mailbox. So we are checking on some mails. Maybe quickly about RPA Fridays. We at Robot ICT are helping companies with digital transformation. We help them also to understand how technologies work. So this is a showcase of RPA, of robotic automation technology. It will be a short webinar, short session, 45 minutes maximum, where I will showcase how the technology works. I will not go really into the detail. I will just demonstrate how things work. So in the end, there will be time for your questions. So if you will have something going on in your mind, you can type it in the chat or in the comments, and I will go back to you. I will go back to your questions. So let's start. This time I will use UiPath. I already created an empty project here, and I will this time use two workflows, two files. So I'll create a new sequence. And I call it fetch mails, for example, and I will explain you later why. So first I will work with these fetch mails workflow. First, what I want to do is to retrieve the emails from Outlook. So for this, I will use an activity that's called get mail, and you see there are many of them. So I will choose the one get Outlook mail messages. As you see, the integration for another protocols and another technology is already included. So it could be a Gmail account, for instance. But today I will demonstrate with Outlook. So this will be our first activity, and I need to do I need to set up few things over there. So first of all, I need to rename the mail folder, which is the folder where from where I want to fetch the emails. Because in my case, in my mailbox, if I'll just show it, it has a Czech name, Doručená pošta. And if your mailbox will have a different name, which often has, you need to indicate here. So I'll write the name of the folder. Of course, you can rename your folders in Outlook too. I mean, each thing works. Then this all is fine, and I will leave it untouched, and for this purpose. And what I wanted to output these emails. So what this activity is doing is that it fetches a list of emails. So like it can be, you can define how many of them. For example, here it's 30 by default. And you can also check if this should be only the unread messages, so only the new emails. You see that there are many things that we can set up. So I create a new variable inbox messages, which and I will work with this later. As you can see, in the variables pane here, I already have the list of mail messages. So what I want to do now is to check all the mails, all the new emails. So I'll go through them by using for each activity. For each, that's over there, for each. And first thing I want to do is to set up the type argument. And this time it will be like a one mail message. So we have list of mail messages. And I already know how to find them. So this is the data type system.net.mail message, and this one. So now when this is set up, I can give it some nice name for each mail and even rename this placeholder variable, how I call it. And here I supply the list of the emails. Good, so far easy. Now, what will happen with each email is I need to check if the email, I want to create a check to only work with emails that contain in their subject a word problem. Okay, imagine the robot receives lots of emails, and now suddenly there are emails with problem in the subject. Of course, there can be other ways. This is just an example. So I will implement an if I have if here, so I'll place an if. Today it will be quite a lot of things nested together, maybe on a, let's say, close to getting lost in it. So stay focused, stay concentrated, check it. So I want to check if subject contains problem. This is just a name of the activity, so I need to supply a condition. So I work with each email by the placeholder variable mail, so mail dot, and now you can see that we can actually get from the email a lot of things like BCC body and from headers and so on. And what I want to do is actually subject, and in case somebody will write it in a different case, I will use to lower dot contains and problem. So anything that will have problem, uppercase, lowercase, whatever case, this will work, and this email will be we will work with. So now I'll create a sequence. I call it sequence with each mail. With each mail, of course, that fails to this condition. And what I want to do with each mail, I want to extract the data and check and the data. What I mean, okay, so here I prepared a basic email text, and as you can see, there is some text, blah blah blah. Dear robot, please handle the following issue, and this I want to understand as a standardized data. So there are some fields, so-called fields, that they have names, timestamp, ID, type, brand, problem, severity, comment. And I expect that these field names stay the same. Their order can vary. And these are the field data. This is what I want to actually work with later. I mean, for demonstration purpose, we will just extract it and I will show you how to do it. So if I already know the field names, then I can extract them. I will use regular expressions, regex, for these, and I will go field by field, field name by field name, and extract the data, the other part on the right side. So how I will do it is actually I will go back to my fetch mails. I will go back into the beginning, and I will create a new array of strings. Okay. I will leave a comment like input fields, and I will call them input fields. I will call it input fields, change it to array of string, good, and create a new array of these strings. I'll just double check my little nodes over there so I don't mess it. So to initiate it, I need to use new string, then the curly brackets, then the normal brackets, and then the curly brackets, and now the name of the field. So these fields, so timestamp, ID, and so on. So timestamp, I need to be careful so I type it correctly. Type, brand, problem, severity, and comment. Okay, so we have seven strings, 7 field names that I will benefit from that because I save them now to array of strings, and I can benefit from this. My setup, I will show you how to do it. So now this is all fine. This is all good. And I'm ready to show you the next part, which will happen with each email. So with each email, I want to loop through the fields and check for each of the field if it's present in the email or not. So I will add a for each inside the sequence for each, oh, for each input fields, okay? And let's change this first to string. And this will actually steal my comment. I have no idea why this is doing. So input fields, good. And so for each field, let's give it a descriptive names. And of course, we have for each inside for each. So if I will just keep there the item, only item, it can be confusing then. And input fields. So we're looping through it. With each file, I'll be looking if it's, I'll be looking for it, if it's present, if the email has the field, or if it has it. If not, good. So let's put a log message here, just to keep the code with some log messages. So let's say looking for, and this will be the field name, field. So this will give us an idea what that is looping correctly through the fields. And then the next activity is matches, like a box of matches. No, of course not. And I need to set up a few things. So I will keep this like this. So the input, so the string to be searched for, what it should be. It should be the body of the email. So I'm still in the first for each here, having the variable mail filled with the details of the email. So I can go like this, mail.body. You can see that there's also a body as HTML, which can be handy sometimes when you want to, for example, save the email as a HTML website, or I don't know, do anything else. Then the pattern that I will use will contain the name of the field as the first thing. So I will open it in the expression editor field. And then I allow to have space here, or space here, or no space. It doesn't matter. So I allow one space there. I allow some, let's say, human, not error, but human typography allowance. So space, maybe, then this one, and then another space, and then that's what I'm looking for. It's this first group, and there can be anything. This works only with each line, so I don't have to add the end of the line symbol there. I hope this works, and I hope it's understandable. So the field name, then the double dot, and then potentially two spaces with the question mark means it can be there, it can't, and in brackets, that's the group we will be searching for. We will extract, and this is like literally anything. So now this activity is fine, no error. So I can check if anything was found. I can check by using if again. So see, it start to look really nested, but don't worry, there is always okay. There were breadcrumbs. They're gone somewhere. Okay, not sure what happened. Yeah, if you open it, you can see where you are, and you can go back to the beginning. So and then it's getting nice bluish around, so it's nice. So we check if field was found. Oh, I need a variable to save this. So actually, this will be like a variable. I can call it regex matches. Eventually, there will be only one match if the email will not contain more than one field name. This gets confusing, but again, this is demonstration. Let me sip up water. So regex matches. So if regex matches 0, that means the first match. And in this first match, I want to, no, actually, I can do it in another way. I can do a dot count 0. Yeah, that's easier. Okay, so if there is anything found from this activity, there will be 2 branches, then and else. I'll put a sequence there and there because there will be more than one activity anyways. So field found, that means something is found, and this will be field not found. Good. So if field is found, then I want to log message that it's found, and I want to write as an info that field, so field name, and let's say then what was found. And this will look maybe interesting because then I need to use regex matches, then 0 as I was about to do it before, like a first position, and we hope there will be only one, and or we use the first one. Dot groups, and here number 1, because the groups number 0 is, even you would think like, no, that's the whole pattern search, but if you use dot groups and 1, this will give us only the right part, I mean the part on the right, this one. So because the match goes with all the sentence, but we put in brackets this part, then this is what we're looking for. String. This is what we are looking for. So then this is easy. This will give us all the fields and write them out. So in case something is wrong, I will create also a log message. Let's put it log level warn, like field not found. So inform user that it's not found. So then there are 2 things I want to do here. If to show you how to save the data to something structured, I wanted to create a dictionary. Input dictionary. So some structured form of saving actually the data. So later I can only go and take each part of the information from the dictionary. And you can guess it. This will be key. This will be the value for demonstration. And I need to set up the correct data type. So this one, and a key will be string, and the value will be string too. And of course, before I write something in it, then I need to declare it, initialize it. So I use new dictionary of string, comma, string. Good. This should be fine. This should be fine. And now I will put a sign here. At field, whatever. And I use it like this, input fields, and in brackets, that's the key name. There will be the name field. And as a value, actually this thing, the result from the regular expression. Something's wrong there. For string to integer. Okay, no. That's something is wrong. Input fields, inputs dictionary. Okay, my mistake. Inputs, but I created inputs dictionary in this small scope, so I'll put it everywhere. Okay, still not happy. Let's see it. Okay. Strange. So what's the error? Inputs dictionary field, left value expression cannot end with conversion. The private expression type must match the type value. This looks fine, this looks fine. I have no idea what's the problem. Oh, okay. Okay. It's UiPath, sometimes just solve itself and all the error hangs there and hangs till you, I don't know, copy it, paste, or do something else. So, but what can I do? Not found in case it wasn't found. Okay, so quick recap because I got a little bit stuck here. So we want to check if the field was found. If it was found, I'm adding it into the dictionary. If not, I add instead of it just a placeholder saying not found. Okay, so later on I can work with this dictionary if it's fine. But in case some field is missing, I want to make sure that this person who sent an email will receive a reply saying, hey, some field is missing. So let's work on this one. Let's create a variable that will only be within this scope, like for each field. For each field. Yeah. For each mail. No, sorry, for each mail. So we create a new variable. Yes. That will be called some field missing. Some field missing. So because it's only created to this scope, that means that it goes it will be initiated every time the sequence starts, and it will get lost or removed, discarded, trashed every time the sequence or this container ends. So I will make it false as a default value, and of course it can be string. It will be a boolean. Okay, boolean. Okay, sorry, I'm not really good in spelling. So where is this sequence with each email? This one. So that means that each email will get a fresh false in that variable. And in case in this email something is missing, I will only put a sign here to indicate it. So some field is missing. Some field missing, true. And then the last thing I want to do is to send an email back if something is missing, and then we will test it. So this will happen after each email. Yeah, so here, where is sequence with each email, we went through the fields and we want to still work on an email. So here I have to add an activity, if activity, if field missing, where I will check for the Boolean variable. And if some field is missing, I execute send Outlook mail message, which is an activity that does exactly what it says. And to actually send it back, I use mail from string. So to send it back to where the email come from, I will explain. And the subject will be wrong input data. Some field is missing. And the text will go some field is missing, and to give the user some hints, so please provide, and I will give him the name of the fields that I'm actually expecting. So in case somebody made a typo or something, it's like human sending the data, this will help him or help her. String dot join, now the separator, and the name of the input field, which was input fields, if I'm correct, right? So you see it, I will make it a little bit larger. So like this, that's a method join to actually create one string from array of strings. Fairly easy, right? And the last thing I want to do with each of the emails, like after this is processed, maybe there's something can happen, with each email you can add it to some system, to another application, and so on, so on. This is demonstration. I want to move Outlook mail message here. So with each mail message, which still is under the placeholder variable mail, yeah, it's correct, I want to move it to mail folder that I called extracted. I created this folder in my mailbox here, extracted, and it should be fine. Oh, now the last thing. I promised you to show you a trigger, how to trigger it. There is no special activity that would be as a trigger to set up and wait for a certain email. what you want to do is to even run the robot periodically in some schedule, let's say once an hour to check for the emails. Or it can be like a robot that works nonstop, that is running all the time and checks, I don't know, each 10 seconds if there is a new email, in case there is like a huge traffic of the incoming emails. So that's why I created empty main here. The main is like the workflow that the project is runs from. And in the sequence, I put only two things, three things. A while activity to create infinite loop, and the only condition will be true, which will be always true. So let's rename it to infinite. But don't worry, if this robot will run attended or unattended, anyway, you can kill or stop the robot, and it's fine. It will not stuck or create some problem. And in the infinite loop, I want to I will just drag and drop the workflow that I was working all the time here, and it will invoke the workflow, and then I want to wait for a while. So I use delay activity. Let's say I want to wait 10 seconds. So 0, 0, 0, 10. So now when I run it, it will try to fetch new emails, try to look in if the subject contains problem. If it's so, then the robot will try to search for the fields, extract them, and in case some field is missing, it will send email back. So let's start with this example that I prepared. I will copy it and I will send a new email. But first of all, I will run this thing. So I'll run the file. Hopefully there won't be any errors. If so, then it can happen. So the robot is running and is doing something. So I want to go to my mailbox, create new email. I'll send it to myself, and I will make sure I use some problem. So hey, I have problem. That means this should work. And I put the text here in the mail body. So let's see if something will happen. I'll send an email. Wait for a while until the delay will actually loop after some email will actually come. Because yeah, okay, this is my email. It's just fresh and arrived, dear robot, and I see that in the folder extracted there is already an email. Now I can go to UiPath and check if all is working as I expected. It's still running. Where is my output? Over there. So looking for ID, found an ID. Looking for type, good. Looking for brand, good. All looks fine. So let's see what will happen if now I will keep the message like this, and I will create new email, but I will delete some of the fields. So let's say brand Beanie Bean, not there, and let's see what will happen. So problem in subject seems fine. So now what will happen is that email will come in a few seconds. Okay, there it goes. And it should be followed really fast by another one. Hopefully. Okay, let's check UiPath. Oh yeah, there it goes. So wrong input data. So this is my ping back email. Well, as you can see, working with emails is really well implemented in UiPath platform. I will stop it. And just a quick recap, our robot goes in infinite loop and every 10 seconds runs this workflow, another one here, and fetch the messages from Outlook from my inbox folder. If there is a literally problem in the subject, then it will go and try to extract fields from body of an email. So this is it, and now I will take a look if you in the chat on YouTube if you have any questions, and I will try to answer them. And meanwhile, I want to just give you a small note that if you are interested in this workflow and you want to try it at home, you can download UiPath for free, and you can download this workflow from the first link in the video description. It's already ready there for you. So looks like there are no questions yet, but I will give a few more minutes, few more whiles, and maybe if you will have any questions later, you can always reach out and ask. If you, for example, want to, if you try to replicate this one yourself and you will run into some issues, you can still. And if you get lost in any of your other projects, I want to tell you briefly about our Robot ICT community forum, where currently we are building a community forum, which if you ask any developer or anybody who do something with programming of technologies will tell you that one of the key thing for your success is a network, is good network of people that can help you and that you can reach out for help, or you can cooperate, you can work together on projects, you can maybe find a new job thanks to knowing somebody. So that's one of the purpose of the community forum. There are RPA challenges, so you can actually practice your RPA or your automation skills in any kind of platform. We are not limited to UiPath. I just like UiPath, and so I'm showing it because it's really yeah, as I see in the comments, it makes looks easy. So thank you for the comments. And yes, what I want to say, you can sign up to this RPA Fridays if you haven't done it yet. If you're just watching it on YouTube now, or maybe from recording, or maybe randomly you clicked on the link. So there's also a link for this in the description. And please please come and subscribe to our Robot ICT channel if you're interested. This also will give you an update in case there is a new recording if you want. And we also have Facebook group and LinkedIn group where we discuss these things. And as I see, there are no questions from when I was talking. So I hope everything was clear, and I hope you learned something new. And I hope you will stay with me for next Friday also, because next Friday also again 4 o'clock I'll demonstrate something new. And if you do have something you want to actually create a showcase from it, maybe your small problem, something you want to solve, something where you are looking or searching for inspiration, then I will be more than happy for topic suggestions for RPA Fridays, because it's not just me, but we are all together, and it should be easy for me to create some example for you. So thank you very much. I think we are almost there, and thank you for your attention. Last minute for questions, or I will leave this silent, but it's fine. That means I probably explained it well if you don't have any questions. And again, you can download the workflow. You can try it yourself right now from the first link under the video. And thank you for your positive comments and for that. Okay, great. So that's all from today. Looking forward next Friday. I will keep in touch, subscribe, and you will know what's the topic few days ahead. So you know if you want to attend or not, but make sure you attend. It's always quite fun. Thank you for coming. It was pleasure having you there, and happy automation. Bye.